What's up, YouTube? Today I will continue with my series My Top 10. Today's the number 7, you can check the other ones on my YouTube channel. There is actually a playlist for all of them. Today's topic will be one that a lot of people end up requesting, double CCFE cards, and I will share with you my top 10. I think this is a great moment to talk about double CCFE for a couple of reasons. The market for double CCFE is performing quite well in the last couple of months. A lot of record sales for double CCFE cards, and I think this is quite logical to understand. More awareness on the market, people are getting more educated, and they understand that double CCFE cards are actually quite important for players like, for example, Benzema, Phil Foden, etc. And they are still a unique item that I believe deserves a little bit more attention in the hobby. Apart from that, there is news that Sega will stop producing the game, so this is, I would say, bad news for people that love to play the game in Japan, which is quite sad, let's be real. That being said, I tend to believe this could be good news for the soccer card market, in the sense that people tend to appreciate things more when they are over. So it is what it is on that front. I will share with you my top 10, and I'm sorry if you are because I actually have viewers from Japan, so if you are a fan of this game, I'm sorry, it is what it is. We need to move on. So, disclaimer, and it will be a short one, no financial advice. This top 10 is very debatable, of course, and it's just a personal top 10. English not my main language, any types of mispronunciations, I'm sorry. So, let's go into the main topic, and let's start with some rules. Double CCFE in general seems quite undervalued for such a unique type of cards. If you guys are not aware of Double CCFE, I suspect you guys are. This is a game that was produced that was made for Japan, with some exceptions. I believe, for example, in Italy and even in France. In France, I'm not so sure, but in Italy, I'm pretty sure they end up actually making the game. But in general, this was a game for Japanese people. So I will not repeat a player on this top 10. So if I want to do a top 10 players that I will repeat, there is a likely scenario you end up seeing a couple of Cristiano Ronaldo and a couple of Lionel Messi, and I thought that will be not that enjoyable. So I was like, you know what, I will choose the best Cristiano Ronaldo card on WCCFE and the best Messi card on WCCFE. For example, this is an important card for Cristiano Ronaldo on WCCFE, but there is actually a refractor version for that year, so that's of course much more important than this one. That being said, I still believe this card is an amazing one. A couple of cards are quite rare in this game. For example, this Zinedine Zidane is actually difficult to find, but I don't think it's super important right now in the hobby. Things can change in the future, of course, and if that's the case, I will probably make another top 10 in the future. And there is a couple of beautiful cards. There is a Maradona card that I think is beautiful. It's quite expensive, by the way. There is a Pele card, a Cruyff card, Zico, a couple of Ronaldinho cards early years at Barcelona that I think are relevant, but they end up not making the top 10. That being said, all of those I think are great. So the first one, and let's start with this, is the 2017 Panini WCCFE Sancho. I think this is a beautiful card. To be fair with Sancho, he's not playing that well right now at Manchester United. But let's be real, no one at Manchester United is playing that well right now. I think the coach is the problem. That will be a different story. I will not go into that type of conversations, but you guys get the point. So this man in the last 2 years have been one of the odd prospects in the market. Amazing stats at Borussia Dortmund. I hope he can still. He can still show how good he is at Manchester United. He's still very, very early, of course, but people are already saying that he's done, which I do not agree, of course. PSA total for this card is 36 and PSA 10 is only 2. A PSA 8.5 sold for $100, which I thought was a decent sale. I mean, not saying is an amazing deal or something like that, but if this man ends up going to an amazing level, to GOAT level, which of course is very difficult, I suspect this will be an amazing buy. That being said, I will say this. If you guys are aware of Jadon Sancho market, I would say the most important, the main rookie card is the Panini Don Rosas Panini Optic from 2018. That card is quite popular, and the thing is, even that card is not performing that well right now. Like I said, Sancho is not having a great season at all. But if Sancho, and again, this will be a big if, goes to GOAT level, goes to an amazing player, one of the most important players in the hobby, people will start looking at his card history and they will find this one, because this is actually, people in America call this a pre-rookie, which I do not agree, because this is still a licensed product, and he was playing at high level at Borussia Dortmund Bundesliga, which is one of the biggest leagues in the world. So I tend to believe this should be the main rookie. I know this is a debatable take, I'm just sharing with you what I think. That being said, the Panini Don Rosas or the Panini Optic are still quite important cards for Sancho, and maybe they will always perform better than this one. What I'm trying to say, and you can apply this to a lot of cards I will share with you today, is this: if Sancho goes to an amazing level, a key player in the hobby, I have no doubt this card will perform very, very well, because the reality is this is the only card from 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe there is another one that I'm not remember, but I tend to believe this is actually exclusive card from this year, so this makes this card quite special. So, moving on. And by the way, if you want to check any of the cards I will talk today, there is a link on the description. Moving on, and let's go to the number 9. 2006 Panini WCF card Agüero. Well, let me say one thing. Agüero actually have a sticker from his time at Argentina, and that should be the most important rookie card, or in this case rookie sticker for Agüero. That being said, a lot of people still consider the first cards at Athletic Madrid, the Mundi Cromo card, the SS sticker, the Panini Mega Cracks cards, still rookie cards, and I think you can make a strong argument those cards are still rookie material. And for me, in the same logic, this card is still rookie material for Agüero. It's still in the first year at Atletico Madrid, so is an important card. Apart from that, I believe is one of the most beautiful cards Agüero have in this particular year. So PSA total is 6 and PSA 10 is actually 0. A PSA 9 sold for more than $100, which again, I think this was a steal, to be fair with you. Those cards are insanely difficult to grade. The PSA 9 is a very good grade, and those cards, again, I'm not saying they are true rarity by any means, but when you compare with a lot of stuff in the market, those cards are actually quite difficult to find. So if Panini WCCF keeps performing well, there is a likely scenario those cards will become quite scarce in the market. That being said, I believe this card is a beautiful one. Look at the foil. I think it's just top-notch quality from Panini WCCF. Big fan of this card. And Agüero, you guys know, one of the best players ever from Manchester City, one of the best players ever playing at Premier League in my perspective. Legend. I mean, saying GOAT, of course, seems a little bit too much, but he's a legend without any type of doubt. So at number 8, 2009 Panini WCCF Thomas Muller. Well, you guys know my opinion about Thomas Muller. I think Thomas Muller is probably the most underrated player right now in the hobby. A legendary player. Look, 2 Champions League, World Cup. Look, this man ended up winning basically everything. And I think when Thomas Muller stops his career, people will realize how good this man was. Let me say one thing. I ended up choosing this card for just one reason. There is actually a card that I believe is even more important than this one for Thomas Muller in WCCF, is the refractor version of this year for WCCF. So, but the thing is shocking. There is no one end up grading that with PSA. So I end up going with the one that PSA end up grading, and the PSA total for this is only 2 with 0 tenths. For this card in particular, the top sale was $150, which I think is quite impressive. To be fair, I think this is a good alternative if you do not want to buy the Panini stickers from this year, actually, which I consider the main rookie, to be fair with you, for Thomas Muller, and those stickers are quite difficult to find in my perspective, and I believe those should be your main target. But if you want a cheaper option, this card is a great option in my perspective. So, and I believe this card is around $20, sometimes $10, and that's why I will leave a link on the description for this specific card, because I believe this could be a good buy. The refractor card tends to be a little bit more expensive, but I'm talking still quite affordable, okay? Moving on, by the way, beautiful card in my opinion. The refractor is another beautiful card. I may share that on the description too. Moving on to the number 7. At number 7, I'm putting Pani del CCF Neymar. Well, this is not a rookie for Neymar. Neymar actually have cards from 2009, but this is actually one of the first release from Panini for Neymar. And I believe this card looks beautiful. By the way, this card on a SCC slab for me is top notch because, as you can see, the card is very black and white, and looks amazing on a SCC slab. I think this card actually is one of the best opportunities right now in the market. I was looking at prices for this card, and for 30 bucks you can buy one. Again, I cannot give you financial advice, as you guys know at this point, but I think Neymar is such an important player in the hobby. He's a historical player in the hobby in my perspective, and everything from Neymar, especially rookie and second years, I believe that they could give you a good return in the long run. So PSA total for this one is 81, and the PSA 10 is only 6. A PSA 9 sold for 400 bucks, which I thought was a decent deal. Again, in the long run, I suspect this card can perform much better. Moving on. At number 6, and I was not sure about flipping those two, and I'm putting Mbappe ahead of Neymar, and I will explain you why. So, 2017 Panini del CCF Mbappe. In general, this card is a little bit more rare than this one. A lot of people do not know this, but this card was actually released in a magazine that was promoting the game at the time. So, a PSA total for this one is 21 with 10 being the PSA 10 only 8. No relevant sales. There is actually a foil version on this year too, which I think is another beautiful card. I like this one, but the refractors are always a little bit more rare. That being said, I think this card is a sleeper on the market for one reason. This is 2017 year for Mbappe. You guys know this is the second year, but people still consider a rookie year since this is the first time playing at PSG. I do not agree with that. I'm going to be totally honest. But if you go to the market and you put 2017 Topps Chrome Mbappe, you guys know that everyone puts that as a rookie card, which again, I do not agree. I think the rookie card, in this case the rookie sticker, is on 2016. But again, if you want to consider this rookie material, I will be fine. I will be fine with that. So this, in my opinion, is a sleeper because when you take a look at prices for cards from this year for Mbappe, they are quite expensive. The Topps Chrome is still performing quite well. So I tend to believe this card is actually more rare than the Topps Chrome. I understand the lineage on the other card is stronger and people prefer that set instead of Panini del CCF. That being said, I still believe this card is an amazing one. I was a little bit shocked to see there is no sales, and like I said, to be fair, those cards are quite difficult to find, so no sales do not surprise me at all. If one comes into the market, I believe that this will be a question of time. You guys will end up seeing a big sale in my perspective. Moving on, and let's go to the top 5. And my top 5 starts with Phil Foden, with a Phil Foden card. This is 2017 Panini del CCF. This goes in the same logic almost as the Sancho one, with a difference that Sancho is not playing well at all, which is the reality, but Phil Foden is actually playing very well, and this is right now in the hobby is more relevant. That's why I end up putting it in the top 5, because I believe the future right now looks a little bit more clear for Phil Foden. And again, like I said, this is a big factor on this top 10. PSA total for this card is 8, and the PSA 10 7, which is quite crazy because the gem mint rate seems insanely high. I think this is a outlier almost. In the long run, if the pops keeps increasing for this card in particular, this gem mint rate of course will be very different. Right now, it is what it is. I will not take this very serious. A PSA 9 sold, which is quite funny because I did not find a PSA 10 on the market, a sale for a PSA 10 on the market, and there is more PSA 10s than there is only one PSA 9, but I actually found the sale for the PSA 9. I suspect there is a great chance this was a person that sent a lot of them and ended up selling the PSA 9 and keeping the PSA 10s, and he did very well. So this card, the PSA 9, almost sold for $400, which I think is an amazing price. Same logic with the Sancho one. This is actually earlier than the main rookie, which is again the Optic or the Optic / Dan Ross's card. And for me, this card is actually performing. This card is actually outperforming those cards. Okay, of course, if you start talking about color stuff, number stuff, this card do not compete with that. That being said, this for me is actually same logic with Sancho, the true rookie for Foden. There is actually a match attacks from 2017. I do not think that card is a bad buy at all. I think it's a great buy, but this being from Panini, and even in terms of aesthetics, in terms of eye appealing, this card is way more beautiful, and I tend to believe this card is a better buy than the match attacks. That being said, if you want to invest in the match attacks, I think you are doing fine, because like I said, it's still an important card for this player, and if Phil Foden becomes GOAT level type of player, I always say this, very unlikely, but if that becomes the reality, of course this card will perform very well. I tend to share with you to share with you guys this example all the time. Think about Messi. Messi rookies are from 2004. If Messi end up having a WCF card from 2003, don't you guys think that card will perform very well? Well, maybe not perform better than the Mega Cracks card. Okay, that's fine. But you guys get the point. That card will still be a very and crucial card on Messi career, on Messi panorama in the hobby. So that being said, I love this card. Next card is the Benzema one, 2005 Panini WCF. Same logic with Foden. The main rookie for this card is for this man. I'm sorry, is the sticker from Panini Foot 2006. So you can see this card is 1 year early than the main rookie, which I disagree. The main rookie for me should be this card, but again, market perception, it is what it is. But keep one thing in mind, things tend to change, and if more content creators, if more people that understand the hobby start talking about this card, you guys will see a shift. I have no doubt about that. For now, the Panini Foot is the main rookie, but things tend to change with time. Quite interesting. There is no, at least I did not find a PSA total for this one, so I believe there is no PSA graded Benzema, which surprises me a lot, because this is one of the most important cards in those CCF, because Benzema is one of the best strikers in the last 20 years. By the way, even right now, which I don't think will be the case, but a lot of people are talking about him winning Ballon d'Or. Again, I do not think that will be the case, but you still understand the relevance of Benzema. He's one of the best players in the world. He's a legendary player. SGC total is 14, SGC 10s 0, and the SGC 9 sold for almost $200, which I thought was an amazing buy again. What can I say about Benzema? I mean, legendary player, one of the best players in this generation, and this card, very special, very difficult to grade in my experience. I own a couple of those, but to be fair, I own almost every card I'm talking today. I have a big collection on WCF. I collect a lot of high-end cards, but I still think WCF is a great opportunity, so I still put money on that front. And this card for me is, again, if you put this card on top 3, I think you can make a solid argument. End up going with the top 4, but this card is one of the most important cards in WCF history, because it's a rookie for a player that is very important. And at number 3, and again, if you want to change this with Benzema, I think you have a solid argument, but I think Haaland right now is so hot in the market that I need to put this card. This is 2019 Panini WCF card for Haaland. There is 2 cards on this set for Haaland. I think this is the most beautiful one, but it's debatable. If you like the other one, it's totally fine. PSA total is 21 and PSA 10s is only 9. PSA 10 sold for $400. Again, amazing sale in my perspective, but in the long run, I think this card can perform very well as long Haaland performs well. And when you put in perspective this card, again, I know the lineage is different, I know the relevance in the hobby is different, but when you put in perspective this card with, let's say, Topps Chrome, those type of ultra modern sets, this card still seems quite undervalued because again, people, and I will share with you my totally honest opinion. For me, rookie cards for Haaland are cards on Salzburg. Cards on Borussia, I do not consider them rookies at all. But that being said, what I believe is not what the market is believing right now. The perception is different. People still consider cards from the season 2019-20, which is the rookie season actually for Haaland. Doesn't matter, the team is still on the rookie season, so this is still a rookie card. And look, if you want to make an argument on that, I will be fine. It's not my take on the market, but I understand the perspective. And if you agree with that perspective, that makes this card even more desirable because this is a rookie card. Again, I already share my opinion on that rookie stuff, but what market believes, this is still a rookie card for Haaland, and rookie cards for Haaland are quite expensive. You can still find this card quite cheap. Look, a PSA 10 for this card is quite difficult to obtain, and if you can find one for $400, again, no financial advice, but I believe it's an amazing buy when you put in perspective with other cards. And in the end, finding value is actually comparing with looking at fundamentals first, and after that assessing prices. That is comparing prices with other cards in the market, and that way you know if your entry point is good or not. So moving on, beautiful card by the way. I actually love this card for Haaland. I know this is a hot take. I think this is one of the most beautiful cards for Haaland. And yes, I'm talking about in the ultra modern side. Again, I know people will disagree with me automatic. I just love the look of the card. And at number 2, 2004 Panini del CF Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo will be on this top 10 at number 2. I guess you guys are already guessing who is the number 1. But that being said, the reason I end up putting this card on this top is this card, first of all, beautiful card. If you tell me this card is not beautiful, you are not being honest. I'm sorry. People tend to criticize WCFA because they do not like the eye appealing, but let's be real. Those cards look amazing. They are beautiful. PSA total is 60. And the PSA 10 is only 2. A PSGS 9 sold for $500. Again, for me seems still quite a steal because those cards in high grades are really difficult to find. This card is not a first year card at Manchester United, otherwise I believe this card will perform much better. But that being said, it's still an early card for Ronaldo at Manchester United. It's a second year card at Manchester United, in this case a third year card in general for Cristiano Ronaldo. And you guys know my opinion about Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the GOATs, and I believe most of you guys will agree on me on that front. And Cristiano Ronaldo, again, like I tend to say this, if you want to invest in a player, let's say like Robben, Van Persie, Rui Costa, Luis Figo, great players, legendary players, but stay with the rookie material, okay? Stay with rookies. But when we start talking about Maradona, Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, look, first year cards are great buys, second year cards are great buys, third year cards are great buys, first cards with the World Cup are great buys. So those players are almost an exception in the market, and everything, keep one thing in mind, relevant things, because I think a second year card at Manchester United is still very relevant, are great buys. And I believe this is a beautiful card, one of the most beautiful cards for Cristiano Ronaldo at Manchester United in my perspective. So number 1, and this is my favorite card by far on the LCCFA, is the 2005 Panini del CCFA. Let me say one thing, the reason this card is in front of the Cristiano Ronaldo is not because I think Messi is better than Cristiano Ronaldo or Cristiano Ronaldo. Look, I love both. I think both are good. I appreciate watching both. The reason is very simple. This is a second year card for Messi, and the other one is a third year card for Cristiano Ronaldo. So in terms of relevance, of course, this card is much more relevant than the other one. I love the Cristiano Ronaldo one, but I think this is the king card on WCCF. This card, by the way, is not that easy to find anymore. I started talking about this card 6 months ago, and at that time the market was still very affordable. I believe people could find this card for $50, $60, $40. I mean, a big range, of course. but still very easy to find. Right now I believe it's a little bit more expensive, but I mean not crazy expensive. I still believe this is a great buy. And if you compare with other second year cards for Lionel Messi, the Mundi Chrome 1, the Panini Mega Cracks, all of those cards are already super expensive, even talking about second year cards. So this one being a second year card, I believe there is a lot of room to grow. Is one of the most beautiful cards for Lionel Messi from early years in my perspective. Look at the refractor, beautiful card, one of my favorites. A PSA total is almost 100, which does not surprise me in the sense this card actually gets a lot of love in the hobby right now, and the PSA total, PSA 10 total is 3. A PSA 9 sold for almost $700, which I think is still an amazing deal for the person that got this card. I will leave a link on the description for this card in particular, because for me, like I said, is the best card for the LCCF in the market. And beautiful card. I mean, Messi, second year card, checks all the box, great fundamentals, great eye appealing. So for me, this is a no-brainer. And I will do a quick recap before I end the video, just to share my thoughts quite quickly. Beautiful card for Sancho. If Sancho becomes a relevant player, this card will be quite iconic, but that's a big if, of course. This, again, legendary player. I think this is way safer than the Sancho one, to be fair with you, but I guess the potential on the Sancho is a little bit bigger. That being said, this card for me is still hooky material and one of the most beautiful cards for Agüero. By the way, there is a base card. I'm saying a base card is a card that is not a refractor from this year, which is a little bit more cheap than this one, but if you can afford this one, I believe this is the best one. Same logic with this one. In this case, this is the base one. Beautiful card for Thomas Muller. There is a refractor. Again, another beautiful card. Thomas Muller, what can I say? One of the most undervalued players right now in the hobby, but it is what it is. Neymar, again, love Neymar. I think Neymar is still an amazing opportunity right now in the market. People tend to not love Neymar for a lot of things that he ends up doing on the pitch, to be fair, but in terms of talent, in terms of uniqueness, type of talent, this man is quite special. Mbappe, again, super relevant cards for Mbappe in my perspective. People love first cards from PSG, and people, in my perspective, are sleeping on this one. Foden, again, is the start of my top 5. Beautiful card. I love the blue background. I love the logo from Manchester City. Super relevant card. In my perspective, more beautiful than the Don Rosses card, more beautiful than the Match Attacks card. So again, I'm sharing with you my opinion. I love this card in particular. Again, another beautiful card, the Benzema 1. I think he's a great buy. Benzema, one of the best players in the last 20 years. So again, I hate the expression you cannot go wrong, but in this case, I really believe you cannot go wrong. So, starting the top 3, well, one of the odd prospects in the market. People will consider this card rookie material, and I think this makes this card an amazing buy. One thing that I ended up not sharing when I was talking about this card is, for a long time, and I believe they already corrected that, Panini was grading this card 2020, okay? And people did not realize this card was not a second year card, but a rookie card, if you consider rookie, just because being on the 2019 season. So that being said, beautiful card. I love the look of the card. And this is, again, my second favorite card on the LCCF. Cristiano Ronaldo refractor, beautiful card. I mean, what can I say? Cristiano Ronaldo, such a legendary player that I love early stuff for Cristiano Ronaldo. This one, again, my favorite one, second year card for Lionel Messi. Beautiful card. Again, if you don't consider this card beautiful, you are just hating on the LCCF because you do not like cards with stats in front. I personally actually love the fact that this card says the Golden Child, and you can see the stats, and you can see how much Messi ended up improving with time. So beautiful card. Guys, collect things you love, prices what you pay, values what you get. I hope you guys enjoyed this top 10. It was a little bit different, but normally you guys tend to enjoy this type of top 10s. If you can give a like to the video, I would appreciate. If you can subscribe, that will be amazing. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.